Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Marvel Future Fight video, and for today we're going to be talking about the newest deluxe package character in the game, and that is Gilgamesh, a new Eternal, and one just like MAKKARI that you have to spend 4,400 crystals on. So for today's video, I wanted to speak to you guys and let you know what I think his strengths and weaknesses are ahead of time, so you guys don't buy his deluxe package and be disappointed with your purchase. Now, as you can clearly see, I already have the character transcended. I was going to take my time to get through the epic quest and unlock his potential normally and build him up after that, but I decided, you know what, since I feel as though a majority of you guys are going to purchase this character and immediately think, man, I wasted crystals, I want a refund. I wanted to get ahead of this and actually build up the character, so I made the sacrifice for you guys. Hopefully you guys appreciate that. If you don't, it is what it is. So let's talk about Gilgamesh, because unlike the last two deluxe package characters, MAKKARI and Moonstone, he is not a PvE powerhouse, okay? So if you're looking for a PvE powerhouse, you need to build, and rather you need to buy the deluxe package for MAKKARI and invest in her fully. She's going to be able to tear down all of the PvE content in the game. She is that powerful. Okay, she is basically the speed version of Moonstone. Where's my girl Moonstone? She's down here. So if you still haven't purchased Moonstone or MAKKARI and you're looking for a PvE character, go for those two over Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is essentially a crystal deluxe package version of Luke Cage, possibly even the counter to Luke Cage. And I say possibly because I haven't seen any Gilgamesh take down Luke Cage yet. Not saying it can't happen, not saying it won't happen, I just haven't seen it firsthand yet. So this week in AC, I will be testing out my Gilgamesh, and I will be putting my Luke Cage up against some other people's Gilgamesh to see how that turns out. So stay tuned for an update in regards to that. However, listen carefully to what I said. He's essentially a 4,400 crystal epic quest character, and he is basically the same or a little bit better than a free-to-play Luke Cage. Right now, all the uniforms on sale are for 850 crystals. We have a uniform blowout sale happening right now. Let me go to uniforms, and we go to all uniforms, and currently this is the only one I haven't bought yet. It's 875 crystals. Black Friday is coming up, where all the uniforms in the game will be on sale for 875 crystals. With the exception of Thanos, Jean Grey, and Dr. Doom, those ones will be 1,500. But my point is 4,400 crystals. That is essentially 5 uniforms that you could pick up on Black Friday. Not to mention, after you buy this guy's deluxe package, you also then need to consider buying his uniform, because without it, he's kind of underwhelming. He doesn't do that much damage in PvE, and I find that for PvP, he just doesn't tank enough. The majority of this character's value lies in his uniform, which is absolutely insane to me. When you consider the fact that you buy Moonstone, again, Moonstone is a little bit more expensive, right? You buy Moonstone for 6,000 crystals, 6,600, and she's ready to go as is. You don't need to buy and upgrade a uniform for her. She's just ready to go. And then you have MAKKARI, sure. MAKKARI also kind of needs her uniform as well, but she becomes one of the best, if not the best PvE character in the game. And then you consider Gilgamesh. Again, his thing is PvP, and I don't even think it's gonna be timeline battle. I think it will be like AC. That's a small percentage of the player base. So unless they plan to revamp Alliance Conquest in the next, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months, Gilgamesh might be an easy skip for a lot of you guys. And that's kind of a bummer, because here's the thing. For you to get Thena, right? For you to get Thena, you need to get Gilgamesh. So a lot of you guys are not going to be able to have Tina. I can't even show you guys the deluxe package, or sorry, the epic quest layout, because I need to finish this before I can show you. Anyways, this is an interesting debacle because again, a lot of you guys like Tina, but she's now locked behind 2 deluxe packages, MAKKARI, which is good, and Gilgamesh, which seems to be a very niche character that is only going to be viable, like you're only really going to see him make an impact in Alliance Conquest. Now, I'm not trying to tell you guys how to spend your resources. I'm not your parent. Okay, do whatever you want to do to play the game however you want to play it. I'm just here to give you fair warning. If you're coming in expecting him to be the next Moonstone, the next MAKKARI, the combat version of those characters, he's not that. Based on my testing, okay? Based on my testing, his damage is mid for PvE content. However, he can tank a bit in PvP. I will give you guys a PvP video to follow this one up, so look out for that. But do keep in mind that the majority of this game is PvE, and the majority of the players playing this game are PvE players. There's only 2 PvP game modes. There's timeline battle, and then there's Alliance Conquest. Everyone should be playing timeline battle. That's a given. But less than 1% of the player base actually play Alliance Conquest. That's just a fact. So unless he has what it takes to keep up with the likes of Dr. Doom and Sentry, and I heard people saying he's an unkillable god, this, that, and the third, Doom can't kill him, Sentry can't kill him. My Sentry has killed every Gilgamesh that stepped to him on autoplay. Okay? So what you guys are telling me and what I'm seeing is completely different. Just saying. So I'm gonna have to do some evaluation of this character, and if he actually ends up being better than Luke Cage, props to him. But at the exact same time, I'm gonna say it. Why would I build Gilgamesh when I can get Luke Cage, fam? Just saying. Anyways, I'm a content creator and I like to have all the characters in the game so I can help you guys make more informed decisions. But at the end of the day, for a lot of you guys, Gilgamesh is probably going to be an easy pass. Maybe if you want Thena, sure, buy his deluxe package, but maybe don't buy his uniform or whatever. Do whatever you want, because at the end of the day, if you have to do his quest and if you have to buy him, you might as well get his uniform and make him the best he can possibly be, even if he's not a character that you're particularly interested in. That's just what it is. Now, his skill set kind of wonky, and his buff duration also kind of wonky. So I think that is really affecting him in PvE content, and it looks as though pretty much all the characters coming in this wave, so Thena, Gilgamesh, and Kingo, they were designed to be played with a CTP of Rage, because to get their buffs to activate, you need to let their skills play out for like a second or two, and that's always going to trigger your damage proc. Like for example, for this guy, he has accumulation on his 3rd skill, but the majority of his damage comes from his 5th skill. So if you go 3 and then 5, to get his damage accumulation, you need to actually let him make contact with the enemy. If you instantly cancel the 3rd skill, let me show you. If I go bop bop, see right there, I did not get the damage accumulation, right? You don't need to let him fire the beam in the air, right? Because if you do that, you're definitely going to lose your damage proc. But you need to actually let him make contact. That first punch where he does, let me zoom in a little bit, where he makes contact, basically punches them in the belly. You need to let that happen, because if you don't, let me let the accumulation wear off. If you don't, see, you don't get the accumulation, which sucks, because a lot of times when you're playing this character, that first hit is gonna trigger your proc. And then also on top of that, the 4th skill, if you don't let him slam down, you don't get this attack buff. So if I were to go 3, 4, 5, look at that, I lost out on all of those attack buffs because I didn't let him make contact with the 3rd, and I didn't let him make contact with the 4th. So the way how these characters are designed, it seems as though if you want to use them for PvE content, you need you're gonna need to run them with a rage. But right now, rage, there's only a couple characters that can do really well with the CTP of rage in World Boss Legend. Now I know majority of you guys are down there in stages 1 through 9, so you're not really feeling the impact of it. But once you get to like 20, 30, you're gonna notice that these characters, they fall off immensely because of the fact that the CTP of rage cannot be reforged, and the mechanic behind the CTP of rage is being affected by peers and where the game is at right now, which is World Boss Legend. So I'm gonna give you guys a small comparison of what his damage looks like. He feels very underwhelming, right? Even though he doesn't have the best build, he feels very underwhelming to some of the other DPS characters that I've tested previously. Now for his uniform, they did a few things here. They actually changed his passive to make it so that he recovers 6% of his max HP when he's below 99% instead of 4%. And then also on his third skill right here, they changed the accumulation from being damage dealt to damage taken, and they also increased the duration by 2 seconds, so from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Damage accumulation based on damage taken for a tank type PvP character like Luke Cage is perfectly fine, because that's what they want him to be. And then on the fifth skill here, as you can see, it gives him a 120% basic attack buff for 7 seconds. Although this is here, I am not finding that he's doing that much more damage. So we just go 3, then we go 6, then we go 5, go 4, 3, 5. Let's see. Jeez. Oops. Come on. Here's my prop. There it is, but wow. That was so mediocre. It's not even funny, bro. That's not even funny. So we skipped the cage, but the blade twister got us there, which is fine because we got our prop back where we want it. Come on. Use the 4. Let's go 3, 6, 5. Okay, so that was 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Let's actually see how he does with the uniform. Alright, so ladies and gents, because of the fact that with this uniform he's now damage taken versus damage dealt, you have to do a lot more like waiting around, and you have to let yourself get hit so you can hit back for big amounts of damage. Alright, so we go to 5, use the 4 there. Let's go. We need to get hit. Hit me. Yeah, bro, the damage. Thought I would be doing way more damage. He has 120% attack buff on his 5th skill. Yeah, fam? Broham? What's going on here? Okay, can a tentacle hit me or something? Yeah, man. So, the difference in damage is only a couple seconds because he has to be waiting around and stuff. That's kind of yikes. So I was doing multiple runs against Null with the base kit and the uniform, trying to see what the difference in damage looks like on average, and it seems like it's only a couple seconds difference between a heroic uniform and the base kit, which is kind of shocking. I would have expected a bit more with a 120% attack buff. So I wanted to see maybe if the boss attacks me more, I can actually accumulate faster and do more damage over time, right? So let's see what happens here. Because against Null, you have to wait around and get hit by certain attacks to do big damage. Versus against Mephisto, he's always hitting you. And because Gilgamesh is a combat type, he's gonna take even more damage from Mephisto. So I wanted to see if he hits harder with the hold on, with the accumulation based on damage taken. Let's just finish this up and see what the base kit looks like. Okay, so 334. Couple things that I find to be rather annoying with the base kit, besides the third skill triggering the proc early. If the boss moves around a lot, or like, look at my attack on my fifth skill, it was just being fired off the map. It wasn't even hitting Mephisto. Like, look at where the beam is. It's all the way back there, bro. It's like in Timbuktu. Like, it's not even hitting the boss. So if the boss is in the corner, like, look where my beam is good. My beam is gonna be all the way back there, bro. Like, look where it was, all the way over here. It's crazy. Like, maybe some of the attack is still hitting the boss, but definitely not all of the attack, which really sucks. Like, what the heck? They made the base kit so bad. Like, they literally made it so bad, and I think they did it on purpose too, because they didn't really care about making the base kit good. Bro. And the fifth skill is so short too. It only lasts like 3 seconds. Not even, bro, look at the time. Look at the time. With the uniform, we were able to get through the first, the second, and the third phase. And here we literally barely got through the first phase. The difference in damage when you're getting hit a lot is actually massive, because against Null, the difference was not that big. But then you go over here against Mephisto and it's like, wait, are we using the same characters or the same character and testing them the same way? Yeah, we're literally proccing the same and doing the same thing. It's just that when he gets hit more, he does way more damage in the uniform. But even then, he doesn't feel like a PvE powerhouse. He really doesn't. Right, and you can kind of clearly see that from the base kit. The base kit is definitely no MAKKARI. MAKKARI without her uniform still hits really hard. Her uniform just gives her extra survivability and a little bit more damage. So ladies and gentlemen, leave me your thoughts in the comments. How do you feel about Gilgamesh? He was the character from this patch that I was the most excited about playing with. Besides Thena, I was looking forward to Thena being a combat female superhero so she can replace Valkyrie, but besides that, besides filling a gap that I had in my roster, this guy, I was really looking forward to playing with him in PvE, and he just didn't pan out, or it doesn't look like he's gonna pan out for PvE. But for PvP, well, we will test that. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys want me to throw on him, a regen or an authority?